Hello and welcome to the eLearning Author Limited YouTube channel. In this series of videos, I'm sharing a behind-the-scenes walkthrough of a recent project I created in Adobe Captivate. In the first 3 videos, I introduced the project and explained how it worked, talked about customizing the Captivate workspace, and also about grouping items on the timeline. If you haven't already watched these, there's a link in the top right corner to take you to the playlist. In this and subsequent videos, which will be posted weekly, I'll walk through various elements in the project in Adobe Captivate. Just to be clear, this isn't a traditional tutorial showing a step-by-step process, although there will be elements of that. It's more an insight into how I approached my project. Hopefully, some of the ideas covered here will spark some aha moments for you, or perhaps provide some inspiration as to what you can achieve in Captivate. My intention here is to show how I approached my project. There are inevitably multiple ways to achieve every outcome, and different people will prefer different approaches. Please feel free to share any constructive thoughts relating to creating or designing projects in Adobe Captivate in the comments below. You can run the project yourself if you wish from my website www.elearningauthor.co.uk. Just click Sample Modules in the top right corner, then click the Photography Skills sample, or you can click the link in the comments below. In this video, I'll be talking about the multi-state objects I created to contain the information chunks. So the way this works is that I have a group of shapes that forms the blue background which appears if I click a hotspot. On top of the background, a title and description appears which is specific to the hotspot clicked. All of these items are set to not be displayed when the slide is first viewed. This is achieved by clicking the Visible in Output icon on the Properties panel so that a red line appears through it. Each of these hotspots has an advanced action associated with it that displays the background along with the correct state for the title and description depending on which hotspot is clicked. I'll be covering advanced actions in a later video. For now, I just want to address multi-state objects. If I click the Information Description item on the timeline, and then look over on the Properties panel, I have a drop-down list of the states that are currently created for this object. I can click a state to see what it looks like. I have the same thing for the Information Title item. With it selected, I can view the different states using the drop-down list. I can make changes to a state from here, or I can click the State View button. In here we can see the object I currently have selected in the top left corner, and I could switch to another object using the drop-down list. Under this we can also see the different states that I've created for this object. From here I can click the New State button and add a new state. I'll call it Additional Info. I can then make whatever changes I want for this new state. If I right-click a state, I can delete or rename it. Once I'm finished editing the states, I can click the Exit State button at the top to return to my project. In this project, I have multiple things happening when I click the existing hotspots, so these are all part of an advanced action, which as I mentioned I'll address in a later video. But for now, I just want to show you how you could set up a simple action to change the state of an object. So I'll insert a button and name it Additional Info. I'll make it not initially visible on the slide, as for the purposes of this example, I only want it to be displayed when the shutter speed information is viewed. I'll set the button to display for the rest of the slide so that the learner can view it whenever they click the shutter speed hotspot. Next, I'll click the Actions tab on the Properties panel, and from the On Success drop-down list, I'll choose the Change State Of option. Then I can choose the object for which I want to change the state, which in this case is the information title. The Additional Info state is already selected, but if I wanted a different state, I could just click the drop-down list. I'll also turn off Continue Playing the project so that the project pauses. When you create a button, Captivate automatically creates some states for it. If we go into the state view, we can see that we've got a rollover state and a down state. You can edit these, add additional states for a button, or remove the states if you choose. Let's exit the state view. Just before we preview this, if you recall, I made the additional info button not visible when the slide is initially viewed. So I'll just quickly add an item to the advanced action that runs when a hotspot is viewed so that the new button is displayed. I'll be coming back to advanced actions next week, so for now I'll just quickly whiz through the steps. Okay, so now I'll close the advanced actions and we can preview the project. If I click on one of the hotspots and then click the additional info button, we can see that the title state changes to the additional info heading. Obviously, this would need more work, including adding another state to the information description item to contain the additional info description text, editing the advanced actions to hide the additional info button when the aperture or ISO information is displayed, and customizing the look and feel of the button to fit with the rest of the project. But in this video, I simply wanted to demonstrate how you can set up a button that when clicked changes the state of an object. So that's it for this week. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this useful. As I mentioned earlier, if you want to run the project yourself, you can do so from my website. There's a link in the comments below. Next week I'll be talking about some of the advanced actions I created to display the hotspot information. If there's anything Captivate related that you'd like me to cover in a future video, please do let me know in the comments and I'll add them to my list of videos to create. Videos are posted weekly on Mondays. Please do subscribe to make sure you don't miss them.